I'm pissed or if I'm happy and excited. Like, I don't know how to feel. Like, all my emotions are done.
This is Reading Between the Lines. This is Reading Between the Lines. I don't know what number episode it is. It's
No
Onyx
idea.
Storm. That's all that matters. We're talking about Onyx Storm, and we have Jadyn back.
Hi.
She talked with us about Fourth Wing and Iron Flame almost a year ago now, which is crazy. So that's wild. I saw that today. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was almost a year ago. Oh, wow, crazy how time flies when you're having fun. Anyways, here we are. Now we're talking about Onyx Storm. If you haven't read it, there will be spoilers in this episode. So finish reading it. Hurry up. The rest of the world is finished reading it.
One of the things, jumping to in the middle of the book, but one of the things that kept confusing me was Llewellyn. Was it a place or a person? I was like, what's going on?
It's a person, right?
Yeah, but it's also a place, I think.
I don't know. Dude.
It sounds like it should be a place, but I thought it was a person.
I think it's
It is, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate it all. Changing the names. They can't be that similar.
All I know is that when I finished it, I screamed. I finished it at midnight. And I was crying and screaming and what do I do with my life now? And then I dreamt about it that night. So that happened. But and Rebecca, her and I need to talk because what literally
yeah.
what's
I have no idea what's going on. I actually reread the last 3 I'm not even kidding. The last 3 chapters. I reread it 3 times because I'm like, what am I missing? I'm like, I'm not a dumb person. At least I don't think I am. And I was like, the math ain't math in here, Rebecca.
no
what is going on?
No.
So I'm sure I really do understand it. I'm just refusing to come to terms with it almost. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm blaming it on the fact that Violet lost her memories. That's why we don't know anything. I'm just that's
right.
why.
That has to be it.
Yep. We're just one with Violet. That's what we're gonna say.
Yeah, and Xaden's last scene, I was like, who are all these people? What do you mean by brother? What is going on?
Right. Okay, who's brother? Who do we think brother is? Because you, or Alexis, you sent me that one that is is it Bodhi or whatever his name is?
Yeah, or is it Garrick?
Garrick. Who's Bodhi? Did I just make that name up?
No,
that's his cousin, right?
Yeah. That's
Oh no, I was right. Okay.
You are right.
Did I make that name up?
No, you are right. But some people think it's either Garrick or it's Bodhi. That's the the theory that's going around right now. And Emma, you think it's Garrick, don't you?
No, okay, so I think the person who betrayed him or turned villain or whatever is just some I think it's Panchek. I think that's who people thought he was referring to because I think that's what he said or whatever. But I do think Garrick left with him, not because he's villain or anything, but just to keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And but where did he go? Where did he go? Where are you? You can't keep doing this to me. I love him too much.
No, literally.
First you have the audacity to turn venom. Okay, rude. And now you just leave. That is, I just don't understand.
No, listen, and the whole time during the book, maybe this was just me, and maybe I'm just I read it too fast, but all the travel and stuff, I was like, where are we? I'm so confused. What's going on? Why are we here? What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there was a lot shoved kind of into the book, and I know all of it was meaningful. It did matter. It could, I think, been a little bit more spread out. So we had time to fully grasp, because there was some stuff I really was rereading because I was I don't understand. Or I was flipping back to look at the map, and I'm where are we? And by we, I mean I'm dragging back too. I'm in there with them, right? So
yeah.
It did throw me through a loop with all of the travel. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was fully understand.
Yeah. Well, because at the beginning too, I was okay, where is this going? What is happening? Where, what? Okay. And then all of a sudden they're yeah, we're gonna go do all these things. And I was oh, okay.
You would have thought like maybe that it was a first book of a series because of the world building that was done and all the new characters that were introduced. Like that one could
Yeah.
have been the first one. I'm not even kidding.
No, for
literally.
sure. Literally.
All the people that were with them, and like, okay, major spoil, but the one person that died, I wasn't even sad about it because I'm like, I'm not even attached to you. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
should I have been sad? Like, I don't know. Like,
I was more shocked than anything. Like, I just didn't see it coming. I was like, I knew something was going to happen because I'm like, this is way too easy. Like, there's
Yeah.
got to be something that happens. But I was just like, oh. But I
Yeah.
wasn't like sad. Like, I wasn't like, it wasn't like Liam where I literally, I left the book. I left it. I went and had a good cry in the bathtub, I think. Like, Liam destroyed me.
No, me
Destroyed
too.
So, it wasn't like Liam. I was just like, okay, bye. You're dead. Turn the page.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I felt bad for Kat. That's what because like people's reactions to people's deaths were way worse in this book than their actual deaths. Like when Quinn died, I was like, that's so sad. And Imogen's like reflection and like her being there was sad, but like we didn't really know her that well.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Also, I would agree though that like there were so many characters that I also was like, did I forget about them from like the first books, or like or are they new? Like I feel like we did a lot of world building, but we didn't do a ton of character building. They just kind of like word vomited and they were there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
They just kind of showed up and you're like, okay. Like, how are you gonna fit in here? Like,
it was a lot. It was a lot. But speaking of other things that destroyed me in this book, though, I might be jumping ahead. And if you have this on your list, you can tell me to shut up. Andarna, or I don't know how you guys say her name. That's how I say it.
Yeah.
Andarna.
Yeah.
That wrecked me too.
yeah.
Like
That
I actually felt like I just got broken up with. Like the way that Violet just felt like so empty and she was like gone. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That was definitely the saddest part.
That's like
Yeah.
losing a kid.
No, literally. Like, that was one of the biggest parts of the book to me. Like, I was like, I care about Xaden and Violet, obviously, and I want Xaden to like be healed. But when that happened, I was like, wait, like, you were like my best friend. Like, where'd you go? Like,
literally.
no.
And like I obviously like I know she's gonna come back, right? Like she comes back. But like what extent? And like are they like going to figure out like how to cure the venom? Like I'm trying to understand and like foreshadow what like Rebecca's trying to like do with her leaving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, but they already said there's no cure. So I'm like, well, maybe there is and they're just lying.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm like, why did you have to destroy me like that if I can't see at least a little bit of a clear path of where you're going with this? Like,
and here's the thing too that makes me really sad is that we won't have the fourth book for at least a year and a half. I think I saw 2027. That's the first thing. And I don't even think that's the last book. So
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I understand. She's like, I want to take a break. And she's writing another book too that's not part of this series. I'm like, I understand that, but like also I need the fourth book. Like
literally, I feel like when you have like a book series that gets that much like attraction, like you can't just be like, well, I want a break. We don't care, Rebecca. Kindly fuck off and give us the fourth book.
we need Xaden ASAP.
Literally. Okay, but like my only thought process with Xaden and him being gone is that like he got whiffed that there's a cure somewhere or something, and he's like, I'm not dragging Violet into this in case it doesn't work or it's like a dangerous way to get cured or something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or he got abducted by the lightning lady. I don't freaking know. One or the other.
I kind of think that him and Garrick are gonna go hunt Venom and kill them since he can sense them.
Yeah.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. Did not think that. That makes perfect sense though.
It takes so much time to like think about all of it, but I saw another thing too that was talking about her engagement ring. And like, this is a wild theory, but like,
yeah.
it like comes from this, I can't remember the blade, but like the blade that was at the beginning of the book or like halfway through the book that had all the emeralds in it. Well, while he was brooding, which that was hilarious. But when he was brooding, apparently that's when the jewel on this blade went missing. So there's this whole theory out there that like, even though Xaden is like Venom and whatever, he's always been thinking about Violet, and like the end wasn't just like spur of the moment end. Like he had been thinking about it from the beginning, which makes my heart happy because I'm like, thank you for not being like psychotic. But like so that was interesting to me because also like when they were in, what is it called? Somebody help me. It starts with a T.
Hyrendor?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I don't know if that's how you say it.
That one. Yeah. Well, apparently the jewel was on their nightstand or whatever. Like, yeah. And I'm like, where did I miss this detail? Like, was I like not reading? Like, okay.
I remember them saying that I don't remember the jewel being on the nightstand. I remember her vividly noticing it was missing.
Yeah.
Like, I distinctly remember that. Because she like picked it up and she like had the reminiscent on like first receiving it, and then she's like, oh, a jewel's gone. Like I remembered that.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
Yeah, apparently it was on the nightstand or whatever. I'm like, I don't remember this, but I also am not one of those girlies that like, you know, highlights things and post-it notes. Like I just read it.
I did specifically for you guys. I was like, I need to remember this.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
I was like, you guys catch all these details, and then or even like the book talk girlies, like catch all these details, and I'm like, huh, never thought.
Yes,
never wrapped my brain around that one.
Like, sorry, I'm kind of just reading to see what happens between Xaden and Violet. My bad.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of them.
Yeah, you go.
When Xaden was like, no, I don't want to do anything with you, like keep your distance, but also we're sleeping in the same bed every single night together, no exceptions.
Literally, he was like, I can't give you up. At the same time, I'm Venom though.
Yeah.
Also, that like irked my gears. I was like, give it to me. Give me my boy. Like, stop teasing me here. Stop that.
This book, not that this part matters, but I loved that there was more of the two of them. That made it better. Like that there was more of the two of them. And it was so much spicier. It was so much better. Just
I was a little nervous at the beginning there though, when he literally, like you said, Emma, was like, oh, like we can be in the same bed, but like we need to keep our distance and like just all that. But then when they started getting into the shadows, doing some work too, I was like, okay, Rebecca, we have some different foreplay going on here. Some shadow foreplay. Like, okay. I didn't know I was into that, but apparently.
No, literally.
Yeah. No, but then when they got to that place with like no magic and he's like, guess what? I don't have to worry. And I'm like, yeah, thank God, finally.
Yeah.
Emma texted me. You texted me like right away at the beginning. Okay, first of all, for the world to know, I mean, everybody knows when Emma and I both read books that she will send voice messages, I will send voice messages, whatever. I got a voice message almost every chapter, I swear. And she said, I remember you sent one, you're like, so he says that he can't lose control. I'm waiting for the time when he does. And
we're ready for the control to be lost.
Yes. That chapter came and you were like, oh my God.
But like everyone was waiting. We were all waiting because we know Xaden. Like we know he's gonna do. Like he's obsessed with Violet. And like Violet's like, you can't say no to me. And we knew it was coming. Just when? When was it coming?
Yeah. No, and then the chair scene. That I was like, I reread that a couple of times. I'm like, okay, wait, how is this working? Like, where is everyone here?
Yeah. Also, when they were back at the house of like his house, what's that called? Is that what that's called? The T?
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like where his house is.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Riorson house or whatever. My dog is literally pawing me if you can see him down there. But when they were there and they were like, thank God that we have like the like soundproof whatever on them, I was like, oh, okay. Sounds good. Yep, I'm like, good deal. Good for you, Violet. Get your man.
We love. No, there
Yep.
was so much that happened, like, that I was just like, this is just wild. Like, and two, like, learning the history of everything too. And this is gonna be, I'm gonna get canceled for this, but I don't read the top blurb of every chapter. I don't do that.
I did at the beginning. I was reading, like, for the first book, I would read them, and I was like, I don't need to read that anymore. And I would just dive right in.
That's me.
But then they be canceled together. Am I hold the fort together?
Well, okay, I forced myself to read it because I'm like, I feel like this is going to be important. But when the last chapter ends on a huge cliffhanger, I'm like, do I seriously have to read this top part before reading what happens next? Like, it's kind of inconvenient.
No, literally. That's exactly how I felt. But I'm like, well, that's unfortunate because it's actually important. So
I do think that some stuff may have made a little bit more sense or foreshadowed into it if I had read them. However, I accepted defeat and just kept going.
Yeah. But I think like right at the beginning, like, because I was talking about like the history and whatever of like her parents, that was all wild.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, okay. And then when we got to like his parents' situation, I was like, oh.
That whole scene with like his mom and the cake and then her being like Uno reverse, like I was like, what? Who's that?
It's the fact that I thought Garrick was gonna die in the same scene Riddick was gonna die. I was an emotional wreck, and then turns out like they were both fine. Like Riddick wasn't even stabbed, and I was like, I just cried about that. Like it was fine.
Riddick got me. I have a soft spot for him. I don't know why. I feel like he's like everyone's little brother, but big brother at the same time. Like I just love him. And when I literally sat my book down again too, and I was like, breathe, Rebecca, don't do this to me.
Well, and then I was like, not again.
Literally, I'm like, not Liam now, Riddick. Like, what?
Listen, I was like, Riddick will be fine because I remember Liam's last line to Riddick had something to do with the effect of like, take care of her like I would, or something like that. And so I was like,
try again.
Off too. Like, she can't.
Yeah, but
I
would have put it past her.
Oh, true.
But I did think she did a really, really good job with that scene. Do I think that some of the like island hopping or whatever you want to call what they were doing was a little bit redundant? Part of it was kind of, I was like, okay, can we maybe do something else here? Until like they had this scene with like meeting his mom, and then this scene with getting the army and having to do the like questions or whatever, and the guy dying. Like I felt like a lot didn't really happen. Like it did, but it didn't. You know, like I understand they were looking for Kira and looking for Indarna's kind, but like I don't know. That part was a little slow, and I was like, give me something more. What are we doing here? But I'm hoping it comes back into play in the next book, because I feel like she wouldn't have introduced all of those freaking places if they didn't matter.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking too, because I'm like, I feel like it was a little slow. Because I'm like, I get it. Like, we're trying to find the 7th kind of dragon or whatever. Like, we're trying to find that, and it's important. But we didn't need to have like a story at every island. But at the same time, like, do we need to have a story at every island? Like, is this coming back?
Right. I'm hoping it does. Because otherwise, I feel like she literally could have been like, and then we checked X, Y, and Z islands and we found jack shit. And now we're here to die. Like, I don't know. Like, we could have just done something like that. I'm not sure.
I think especially since she's now the Duchess of the territory Xaden has, like she has a lot of power, and she can call that power into play at some point.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's a good point. Well, okay. Also, other thing, you just said Jack, and it made me think of Jack. I was a little disappointed that he wasn't more involved in the book. I was like, wait, I thought we were gonna have like, I don't know. I thought there was something more. Like, I thought he was like villain, but he's not.
I also thought they were going to use him more. Like, I don't understand. I feel like, why didn't we? Like, he is like the only real venom that they can like utilize. But then they only really showed him like questioning them once, and then that one scene with the lightning lady. What's her name? I just keep calling her lightning lady. Like,
yeah, I have no idea.
Thea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Her name was horrible. It looked like
name-
Stephanie, but with Thea in front of her. Theo Stephanie. I literally think I just like looked at her name and kept reading. Like, do you ever do that with names of people? You're just like just go on.
Yeah.
I did that a lot in Akatar with that like first. Do you remember that like lady who lived under the freaking like mountain and she was like the devil lady? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yep, her. Didn't say her name ever, not once, just read right by it. I go, nope, not today. Not today.
Hang on.
I think they're gonna play a lot of, like, they mentioned a lot about balancing like powers, like that one dude getting shadow powers to balance Xaden, which that was really depressing. But then like people are saying like Dane and Salone are gonna be the balance to Xaden and Violet.
Oh,
Because he's a wing leader and he's like kind of involved in like how her brother died and like all of these things. And I'm like, see, I want Dane and Sloane to get together, but I don't want them to be the balance because I feel like that's bad.
Listen, hot take on that. I still don't like Dane, but it's fine.
Bro, my mind has been changed.
No, you like him now?
She does.
No.
I still don't like him either. He kind of gives me the ick. Like,
no, yes.
Listen, the fact that he just does not give a fuck about the rules anymore. And then
like that.
there's a few things like when he says eyes here to Salone and then someone's like, she's gonna kill you, and he says, don't I know it? Like, I can't help it. I just folded so fast.
Okay, if they give me something like a little spicy to work with those two, I think I could get on board. However, right now, he still gives me creepy uncle. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I can't get on board with him. He pisses me off. His dad, though.
Oh my god.
His dad. I could throw a dagger at, like Violet dagger that shit. No.
Literally.
I cannot handle him.
Her name is, I'm gonna say it wrong, Theophany? Fanny?
Stephanie with Theo in front of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw an Instagram reel where somebody was pronouncing it and they were like, I really love this name. Like, I'm going to name my child this. And I'm like, did you not understand the book? Like, please do not name your child that.
Yeah,
Please.
don't do that. Also, no one will know how to pronounce it.
Yeah. No.
Her name's in a book for a reason. It's because it's the book.
No, literally. Like, please don't name your child that. I almost commented, but I'm like, this is not my place.
No, literally, you're like, but they did put it out there, so you know what? Accept the feedback, I suppose.
I mean, yeah. Also, can we talk about Professor Xaden?
Daddy, what?
Yes, the fact that he was a professor and a duke in this one book, I'm just like I thought he will always be wing leader. Like when I hear that term, I think of him.
Yep.
But the fact that he just gained so many new titles, I'm like, I love that.
No, literally.
In the scene where he was, well, there's a couple, but the one where like the shadows were all around Violet and like that scene.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He was like, come and find me, violence. And I was like, I'll come and find you. Stop. I know. Literally. And just like when she would talk about how he would just like exude like everyone like having their attention on him, I'm like, it just makes so much sense. It makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And when he like lost his shit, like there was one time where he like lost his shit, and I don't remember who he lost his shit on. But I was
it
like,
Halden?
Oh my god, yes!
Yes.
He asked Violet out and he was hitting on Violet and touching her knee. He was like, no, that's
Didn't he,
not
like,
happening.
Chuck him like across or like chuck something at him or something happened, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he was like, class dismissed.
Yep.
I love that.
I was
Protect
like,
that territory.
Please?
Yeah, exactly.
Like protect her like that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Halden is so stupid.
I hate him.
He was so annoying. I was like, I hate this character. I thought he was gonna be like put up some sort of a fight. Maybe people would be like, oh wait, like I kind of like him. No, there's no competition.
I thought of Prince Charming from Shrek 3. That's exactly what.
Wait,
Yeah.
that is so accurate. Oh
Yes.
my god.
Like he
So
thinks he's the
accurate.
shit, but everyone
He's
hates
not.
him and makes fun of him.
Literally.
He's really not the shit. Like, he's really not.
Oh. He's just like Daddy Warbucks got him covered, and he's like, I'm gonna go do whatever I want.
No.
Yeah.
He gives me the ick as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And then he had like
Eric?
oh wait, Eric, go. I love Eric.
I love Eric. I thought it was so funny when Dane was like struggling with the language and couldn't pronounce it. And Eric's like, okay, I guess I'll just do it. And he spoke fluently and he kept doing that. Like he had all these like special talents that he was like, okay, I guess like I could use it.
yeah.
I could have like a spin-off book, like an Akatar or any of the other ones. They get like spin-off books of characters. Give me one for Eric. Give me one for Eric and whoever he becomes a lover with, because I need it.
Yes.
I feel like Eric is a dirty, dirty boy.
That's so
Yes.
I'm just so
For
honest.
real.
I want to know what he has to say. Let me know. Rebecca, I'm waiting.
Yes, that does need to be. And Riddick too. I want one of Riddick because I love him.
I feel like
Yes.
he would be almost like shy boy energy, but then like you get the rest. It comes in waves.
Listen, Azriel vibes, okay?
Yes.
Azriel's
Yes.
shy, but we know he ain't gonna be shy. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Give the girls what they want, Rebecca.
okay, Emma, you have a list. Have we even crossed your list?
No, we're almost done with my list. I'm not even kidding.
Go us. Okay, one thing that we haven't talked about yet that I would love your guys' take on, because this part, I feel like she rushed through this and then like elongated other parts that I was like, we could have rushed through. When she got her dad's books,
Yes.
like I feel like that could have been so much more.
Yep.
And like we could have like dove deeper into that, and like I don't know. Like I feel like there could have been more there, but it's just kind of rushed that they like went to this random town, got the books, and then read them.
No,
And
I
then
know.
that was that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That
wait, what?
Scene was like crazy because she needed to know like all the like passcodes to get it, and so like that was wild. And then yeah, you got the books, and then it was like, okay, cool, moving on. It was like, wait, but what?
I know, like I feel like we could have gotten like a lot of teasers coming from those books, even if it wasn't like some big reveal. Just maybe like a hint at like something, or like this led to something else. And I feel like we didn't really get any of that, unless I just don't remember it. I feel like it was just like, oh, we're reading them, and oh, like this,
Yeah.
I feel like there wasn't a lot, and this is so probably not true, but I really wonder like who Violet's parents actually are. Like,
oh yeah.
And like in this book, like like with her dad's books that helped, but at the same time I'm like, I don't think her mom is her mom. But that's just
interesting.
See, I think her mom is her mom. I don't think her dad's her dad.
No, because didn't her dad try to bring her to that one place and like change her hair color? That changes her hair color. Like that whole storyline that's kind of confusing me, but
that actually like that whole section is one of them that I told you I reread 3 times. That really confused me, because if I thought, and maybe again I'm wrong here, I thought that she was born like that, like her hair was born like that because she was one of them.
I don't know, because I think they said something about her dad taking her there to try to fix her because she had all these like medical things, and because that surprised me.
Okay,
because it made it seem like her dad didn't like her how she was, which was kind of surprising because I feel like it'd be her mom that would want to try to fix her. So I feel like that kind of revealed that her dad wasn't a saint.
That is true.
I feel like there also might be a tie, and maybe this is just like a theory that I saw or something that I made up in my mind, but I feel like one of her parents has a tie to the Venom or to Theo Fanny or whoever she is.
Yeah.
I feel like because of the history, we know the history, but we don't really know the history. I feel like there's something like that happened back then when there was the wars or whatever that we don't know about yet. And I feel like either Xaden's parents or Violet's parents had something to do with the venom and like whatever. Even though like it's now just a thing. I feel like it hasn't.
Yeah.
That's not true. Like I don't think it just kind of like showed up and happened.
What if, okay, I did see this theory. This is so far-fetched. I should have sent it to you guys. I'm going to go back and see if I can find it. Someone had said something about during the war that Violet's dad accidentally created venom.
Oh.
And that's why he has like all this research on it. And then he accidentally created it and was trying to look for an antidote on how to fix it. And that's where like all his research came in.
I could see it.
Yeah,
like
same.
it is far-fetched. Could it happen? Maybe.
It could. I could see it. Honestly, I could see it. That would be Rebecca's thing.
Like that huge twist. But like I did see like, because he has all this research and he was like so big into that stuff, like maybe he was trying to like create something to see if he could fix it, and then shit went AWOL and he couldn't fix it. I don't know. This girl had that theory, and I was like, huh. Again, mine didn't think that. Never went there.
No.
Yeah, no.
Huh. Let me think about that.
I feel like there's so many theories that can come from a romantasy book.
No, literally.
Like there's so many, especially like with something with like a history that we know some about, and it's like we never know the full truth right away. Like there's always something.
I bet Rebecca doesn't even know the full truth. I honestly feel like that's why she doesn't have the fourth book written, because she doesn't know what's gonna happen.
Seriously, okay, speaking as somebody who is trying to write their own series right now, I'm like, I don't even know what happened that's impacting what I'm writing right now. So I don't know.
No.
Like,
Literally same.
God. Is it Sarah J. Maas that writes her books backwards? That writes the last one first?
What?
Oh, I could see it, honestly. There's so much foreshadowing on all of them.
There's someone that I read recently, and it's in the romantasy. I can't remember if it's Sarah J. Maas or someone else, but they did like an interview and they talked about how they write their books last book to first.
She could have totally done that, because I could have seen her doing that with Kingdom of Ash.
Doesn't that kind of like make sense with her style of writing though? I feel like it might have been her. Don't quote me on that one. But I like was listening to this interview on the series, and I was like, oh my God, this makes so much sense. And I wonder how many authors do that, or at least kind of do that.
Yeah.
Like they do a rough draft of their last book, and then they just go backwards and rough draft all of them and then fill in the blanks.
That's smart.
Emma, we should get on that.
Yeah.
Let me know if that works. If it does and you guys become famous, remember me.
We will. Well, so Jadyn gave us this idea. That is probably your famous now.
Literally. Can I have a small cut of your face? Thank you.
We'll put you in.
Thanks. Wait, I want to be will you dedicate? Can you dedicate a book to me?
We could put you in what is it? The acknowledgements in the back or
whatever. There we go. That's what I want.
Jadyn Huber.
Taryn and Sajal fighting like the whole book.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Was it about Xaden being venom? Or was it about something else? I can't really remember, but I have it in my notes and I remember them fighting.
I know they're fighting, but I feel like it was kind of about multiple things.
Yeah.
Like, Sajal's obviously pissed that Xaden's venom, but what is she supposed to do? And then Taryn's pissed at her, but like accepts Violet, even though, do you know what I mean? Because Violet's accepting Xaden. So I feel like there's something more there, but I feel like, again, she didn't really talk a ton about it. But I'm like, they know something, I feel like. Like, they know something that they're pissed about in their little dragon world that we don't know yet.
Well, and I think that's true because at the end, when Sajal and Xaden are having their conversation back and forth, like, you can just tell that she doesn't fully trust him anymore a little bit. And I don't, again, unpopular opinion, I don't like Sajal. I don't like her. She's bitchy.
Yeah, she gives me bad vibes. She gives me like mean mom.
Yes.
Yes. Like abuses her son meme, like whips her tail and like keeps him kind of like, I don't know. I'm like, stop being so aggressive, Sajal. Like, and like I feel like Sajal doesn't love Violet, and that makes me mad. Because I'm like, Violet has done like no wrong. She's trying to save your human, first of all.
No, literally.
She saved a exotic species of your kind. Like, she mated with your mate, or not mated, like paired with your mate. Like, girly pop, calm down.
Yeah. And the fact that Sagel has like been mad at Xaden this whole book, but yet Xaden, so he turned Venom for Violet, but he fully turned to save Sagel, like at the
Literally.
end because they were gonna kill her.
Yep.
Can we
And
just
I
talk
just feel
about
like
that
that's
scene, please?
yeah.
Can we just okay. First of all, what were we doing with everybody's POVs? I don't know if I loved it. I don't know if I loved it. But when we got to Xaden's, I was like, please no, please no, please no, please no, please no, please no. Because I want his POV, but only in certain things. This was not one of the times that I wanted his POV. And the arguing between him and Sagel, and then when he fully turned to save her, I was like, I can't believe you just did that.
Okay, but I feel like he didn't fully turn because he heard like Violet talking to him while he was like turning, while he was losing his soul, and then he said like wait or something, and like he like grabbed onto the piece of Violet that he felt in his soul. And then that was like the end of the chapter, and I was like, what had just happened?
There's a theory on that about the thread. Okay, like the thread that holds them together.
Yeah.
And they've talked about it throughout the book, apparently, and I need to go back and look at the receipts. But apparently there's this thread that holds the dragons and the mated together. And that might be that thread. And it's not the bond, but there's a thread. And there's also something, and I'm just getting way into the weeds here, but you know how in Fourth Wing, he says, "You're my gravity"? Well, then there's the quote in Onyx Storm that basically says that gravity is the only thing that can kill, like, the bond between, like, I think it's between dragons and the human. There's something like that. I need to find it, but
Yeah.
I was like, when I saw it, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, no. Like, let's not.
I will say, when Xaden turned Venom, that is another thing that I had to reread multiple times because for some reason, like, it seems so easy for them to turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I thought it was gonna be like this like crazy elaborate, like they had to be killed and then brought back and like all this. I don't know. And it just happened. And I was like, wait, what? Bro, you just heard?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get it now. But in that moment, I was like, no, that wasn't it, right? And then I was like, oh my God, it was it. Like, what?
Yeah. I also found it crazy that in the first two books, like Taryn and Sagel seemed like nothing could touch them. And then Taryn was brought down like twice in this book and Sagel once. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Also, did anyone else think that the what are the wyvern? How do you say it? Wyvern?
Weaver?
Weaver?
Yeah.
I don't know.
However you pronounce those things. Why did I picture them small? I thought they were small.
Same.
No, same.
And then they're like, oh, there's one the size of freaking Taryn out there. And I'm like, I'm sorry, we have multiple sized ones now? What? Like, I thought they were these little itty bitty like frogs, like a little frog that these people flew on. Like, I thought they were small.
I thought they were like saucers with legs, like a circle with like legs.
Literally, I literally pictured like if a frog could fly. That is what these freaking wyverns were, wyverns, whatever you want to call them.
Yep. That's
Because I thought okay, why does she name things so hard? Gryphon? Gryphons?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay, I thought those were bigger. I thought it went like dragons, Gryphons. Like, I thought that's the order in which like size kind of went.
I thought the Gryphons were small. Like, picture a bird, but like just a little bigger bird.
That's what I thought, is a bird.
But I still thought that the other things were smaller than the birds. Like, I knew that they were birds because they talked about like how they rode them and how they like needed so many more breaks. So I totally understood that they were smaller. I don't know. Okay, wait. Speaking of those though, and one thing that did hurt, I did not care that person died. I did care when it's Gryphon died.
Yep.
Yeah.
That made me sad. I'm like, okay, sorry, Chief. I can't even remember what the guy's name was. I'm like, that sucks for you. But then when it like talked about like the pain that like it was like experiencing in its death, like,
Yeah.
no, I don't like it. I don't like that at all.
Okay, but speaking of that part, when Dane got slapped and he had to say thank you, and then Xaden and Riddick were dying, I was dying laughing. I was like, this is so funny.
Like, no one better to happen to than Dane. Sorry, Emma, I know you like him now, but I was like,
No. Yeah, I
accept
thought it was so funny.
I was like, please, can we slap him again? I hate him.
Literally. That's when you reread it 3 times.
There you go. Good point.
Yep.
I found the quote. I realized that I made an Instagram reel about it. LOL. Haven't scheduled it yet. So that happened. Anyways. Okay, so Xaden says, "You're my gravity. Nothing in my world works without you." But then in the book of Brennan, it says, "Everyone thinks most riders, cadets, die from dragon fire. Truth be told, it's usually gravity that gets us."
I just got goosebumps.
So, anyways.
Violet, like, why do I feel like Violet's gonna need to like kill Xaden or something? Like, that's gonna be like the end all, like be all. Like, he's gonna want her to kill him. Will it happen? No, but I have a feeling it's gonna have to do something with like her lightning, and then I don't know.
Rebecca, I could see having it end with somebody die, like Xaden.
Oh no,
I think she
like, not
said.
come back.
I think she said before she doesn't like bringing people back to life.
She did say that.
But she brought stupid fucking Jack.
I know.
I'm sorry, what? Like, if you're gonna bring anyone back, it better be Xaden, not stupid freaking Jack.
No, literally.
No. I will never get over Liam's death. Like, that was the worst death I've ever read in my entire life.
Because it wasn't just him, and it was this dragon, and then the weight that everyone felt from his death, and the fact that they shouldn't have been there, it was, oh my god.
Yeah, and then the fact that Sloane had to come, like, the next year without her brother, and they, like, went that whole year without seeing each other, and they couldn't, like, say goodbye. I'm like, oh my god.
No. I literally bawled. Like, stupid cried.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't even care. Like, I have no shame.
No.
It was so bad.
Every time I read It's Been My Honor, I'm a wreck. I am a wreck. Like, I reread Fourth Wing before Onyx Storm. I sobbed once again.
No. Oh.
Listen, see, this is what I'm saying. She has it in her where she could just kill one of them off and be okay with it. And we would have to deal.
But I think she also did say that Xaden wouldn't die.
But
like, Xaden and Violet won't die, I don't think. Because I think she wants them to end up together. I saw an interview of her saying something like that. So I think they're fine. But the others, I don't know.
Riddick could die. Ree could die.
I could see Ree. That is one person I could see her killing. Mm-hmm. Because she's like the emotional support best friend. Like, we've all grown attached to her. I also could see Justina. That one would kill me.
No.
Her dying.
I also saw a theory where it's like the Fourth Wing series is her retelling the story of Xaden and Violet.
No, but isn't there
wait.
But don't we already know the end basically though? Because isn't she retelling the history of everything that happened in like whatever? Am I making this up? Hang on.
You lost me. Nope, you lost me on that one.
Hang on.
I'm gone.
I'm sorry.
Hang on. The following text has been faithfully transcribed from Navarian into the modern language by Justina. Yeah, so what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Curator of the scribes. All events are true, and names have been preserved to honor the courage of those fallen. May their souls be committed to Malik. So this is like somebody created this already. Like, this is real. Real.
Yeah.
Wait, where was that written?
Is that on the top? Like, you guys avoid.
Here's the dedication.
Just read that.
The Fourth Wing and the wings, okay? And then here's her little, why do we need a freaking trigger warning? It's right here.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I did read that. Don't remember reading that.
I remember seeing something about it that said you need to read the first page before the first chapter. And so then I saw that and I'm like,
okay, so Justina doesn't die then. That's nice. So wow. This just opened a whole new lens for me. So all of this has happened, and technically it's like we're reading a history book about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
I don't know.
And there's history in the history book.
Right. Oh, my head hurts.
Okay, but also,
like, why can't I just enjoy basic, like, cheesy rom-coms only? Like, why can't I just read just that? Not care about the good stuff? Like, come on. Which I do love a cheesy rom-com. However.
Yeah.
However.
Okay, so I think like since Riddick already almost died, and Garrick almost died, and Mira almost died, and Sawyer almost died, they will survive. But the people who haven't almost died might die, like Ree. I think could be. And then Bodhi, maybe. I don't think Bodhi's almost died.
Bodhi would be scary. Oh, Bodhi would hurt me. But technically, couldn't Dane be in that category?
True, yeah. And Sloane, I think.
Yeah.
But she cannot kill Sloane after she killed Liam. That would be horrific.
That would not be okay.
I don't think she'll kill Sloane.
Oh.
She could kill Imogen,
like,
technically.
Together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I have a weird feeling it's Ree. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, she's who, like, I could just see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also saw, like, I saw something that was like, Imogen is, like, basically alone now because Xaden left, Garrick left, and she had to take Violet's memories, so she doesn't know what happened. And I'm like, that is so sad.
So sad.
And Quinn died, and I was like, shit's so sad.
You guys,
no, like, literally.
When I saw that it was her POV, I'm like, F me. I hate you. I'm sorry. I'm like, I do not like you. But then
Wait, Imogen? You don't like Imogen?
No.
Oh, I kind of have a soft spot for her now.
No, same. Like, at first I was like, wow, she's kind of a bitch. But now she kind of grew on me.
She kind of grew on me too. Like, I feel like she's just a badass, and she's like, I get shit done. Like, I'm not going to give it to you soft.
Yeah. I also saw something that was like, it's so funny when you think about how Violet has to sit on like an actual riding seat, but everyone else just has to hold on. Like when their dragons are flipping and doing all these things, like they just have to hold on. And Imogen's dragon literally did this one trick, and it's like, how did she even survive that?
Literally. How does no one throw up all the time?
No,
like,
literally.
Oh my god.
It also made me think of, can we just talk about the quote where Xaden says, grab hold, love? I'm sorry, what the fuck?
Yep. I was like, okay. Oh, okay. Grab on hold.
We do this thing, Emma and I don't know if you do this, Jadyn, but I literally read that and I had to look up into the invisible audience and just be like, what did I just read? Also, why is this not my life? Like,
no, literally. Sometimes I like actually get sweaty.
I go like this. The book starts here and then ends up like here, and I'm like, sweating. I'm blushing. So my point is, the end of this book ruined me because of the note. It says, "Don't look for me. It's yours now." He's gone. I tried to fumble my foggy brain through the overwhelming shock, but I can't think straight. It's like someone has fucked with my... No. My chest draws tight. How long have I been missing? 12 hours, Brennan answers. What did you do? My head snaps towards Imogen, and a deep sense of foreboding takes root in my chest. She slowly lifts her gaze to mine. What you asked me to. I literally was like, wait. Like,
yeah, I was like, hold up.
Where's the rest of it?
No, literally.
What did...
Remember when I said I reread that? I was like, what? I missed something here. I literally was like, I missed something.
Yeah.
I definitely thought my book is missing pages. There's no way.
Ordered another book. Same outcome.
This one was wrong. I need the other one.
No, but like literally, I was like, and then that's when I texted Alexis. I was like, I have no words. But I have so many questions at the same time. I don't know how to ask my questions that I have. what the fuck just happened?
No, literally, that's the only like legitimate response to have. Like, there's no tears, there's no anger, it's just all like,
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
Be honest, if I was ever riding a dragon, I'd be throwing my guts up, okay?
Oh yeah,
Like,
I get
I'm
motion
screwed.
sick in the car. There's
No,
no way.
literally.
I could not. I want to have a dragon now that I've read these books, but I couldn't ride it. It would just be like a pet.
I'd have an Inverna. Like, that's who my dragon would be. I don't ride her.
Yeah.
We're just besties.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. The would you rather have Riddick or Eric?
Eric. I think so.
I'm gonna say Riddick. I like a funny guy.
Oh, Alexis, you have to decide between the two now.
I don't like you guys. I'm just kidding. Can I say the Xaden? No.
What?
Riddick. I would say Riddick.
No,
Yeah.
I feel like Eric is so well rounded. You guys are missing out.
No, I
Listen-
love Eric. I love Eric.
I
That's
mean,
a hard decision, though.
so then maybe I will say D, all the above.
I like that
Let
one.
me see all of the above, but
But we're throwing Xaden in there, so D.
oh, okay.
If we have to.
Anyways, this was reading between the lines. Jadyn will be on again. Hopefully not before 2027 when we get the fourth book of Fourth Wing.
Honestly, you should just come on after you finish Throne of Glass.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
deal.
Thank you so much for coming on, Jadyn. You'll be back, which we love it when you're on. This is so much fun. And God bless everybody that has to, go through life now waiting for the fourth book of Fourth Wing to come out.
We'll send a prayer for you.
Thanks, Rebecca. Anyways, bye y'all.
Bye.
Bye.